Today's episode is brought to you by Prime Performance. Serving the St. Louis area, Prime Performance specializes in hormone therapy, medical weight loss, peptide therapy, IV therapy, and more to help you boost energy, improve recovery, and feel your best. With locations in Fenton and O'Fallon, Illinois, their team builds personalized treatment plans around your goals. Visit primeperformancestl.com and tell them the Brighter Side of Blue sent you.
Welcome back to the Brighter Side of Blue Special Edition, the breakdown of DTF St. Louis. This episode is Snag It.
Snag it.
I think we should.
I'm Danny.
I think we should. I'm Tommy.
I'm Maggie.
Producer John.
Producer John in the house.
I think we should go with the Bang Master on this title.
Well, we don't get to name the episode. It's already done.
Yeah,
They've
the
decided
episode
that.
is
Somebody paid good money for that.
Was it? What is it?
Snag It.
Snag it.
Snag it.
I didn't even pay attention to that. I would
my
have called
God.
it the Bang Master.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you would have.
That,
Or ass play, probably.
yeah, AP. That older detective.
He's good.
What's his name in the show? I can't.
Homer.
Homer. He's one of my favorite actors. He's just like so appalled. Like, so then what was it? I mean, there was ass play. And he's like, oh.
Oh, dude, that
He just-
was
AP.
one of the hardest I laughed.
But
on
he
the
also
show.
like loved telling people that he was in Indiana Jones porn. Like he
Yes.
had so many
Yeah.
ways that he would say that to
Yes,
everybody.
yes.
Like, oh, well, he was really into Indiana Jones.
He got kind of creepy on some of the stuff when he'd ask
way he was saying it?
the other policemen, and this is like gay sex, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And he'd be,
Yeah.
But it was like he was really like intrigued by it or something.
So you think that there's a twist coming of Homer? Homer's going to have some.
Homer
some-
and Floyd are in love. You heard it here first.
Oh, geez, go with it, Maggie. I don't know.
But Homer could be a closet freak.
Could be. I don't think so. I think he's just like really uncomfortable with it.
That's
And
how
like
it
he
is.
was trying to say it without saying it because he
Yes.
was like couldn't bring himself to say it.
I 100% think he was uncomfortable.
When he was interviewing that dude in the
lobby, people
which
walking
is
by.
the interview room.
Modern Love.
It's such an insane lobby for the police
We'll
department.
get.
It's so dark.
But when he got uncomfortable with the, so what were you guys doing? And the guy got into kissing. What kind of kissing? Like tongues and mouth kissing. So he feel him getting uncomfortable. Well, then what? And the guy just pauses, and there's that long pause, and he goes, "Well, ass play."
Yeah.
And then everybody gets uncomfortable. And then when he writes down
AP.
I lost it.
When he writes the A and then stops for a second.
Yeah. Well, then he got all uncomfortable. He goes, okay, who was playing with whose ass? And he didn't want to hear the answer. He just knew he had to ask it, but he really didn't want to be here.
Who was doing what with
It's
his
the
ass?
only note he took the whole show.
Just AP.
Yeah, AP.
Yeah, AP.
To make sure that he remembered that.
Yeah.
That is true. What other note did he ever say?
No.
Anyway, let's get some order to this thing.
Let's get to the comments.
Let's
Andy.
get to.
line up some comments that we want to get
Yeah.
to.
Well, I just want, before we turn it over to Maggie for the breakdown, Tommy, we have gotten some great comments, but I'm kind of honored and humbled by the composer of the show. His name is Alex Werman. Sent a couple comments through. First of all, he was excited. He liked our show, and he was really excited to listen to it. But then he said, don't be afraid to suspend disbelief. And I didn't know what the hell what he was saying. I didn't know what he was. But he said, I can't wait. He said something like, I can't wait until you guys see how this turns out.
Right.
It's so poetic.
Ultimately, the show is poetic.
It's poetic.
Like that.
I think he means somebody's getting poetic justice. I'm just saying, Alex. I'm just saying. But so I had to sit there and say, because we're 75 years of law enforcement, and then we got Maggie here, and we're not used to this kind of terminology. Suspending disbelief. Intentionally set aside your logic and critical thinking so you can enjoy a story that you know isn't real. We are guilty, Alex, and I owe you an apology. We should suspend our disbelief. So what I do now is I watch it one time, suspending my disbelief, and then I watch the show a second time with my detective hat on and try to break it down. So
And they're
I'm
both
never
good.
stopping.
And
And they're
it's
both
both
good.
good, yeah.
Both good.
Yeah.
So you knew what that meant, suspend disbelief.
I do. Yeah, I've heard that term before.
Have you been
And
doing it as you watched it?
respectfully, No.
You're not doing it?
That's not how I enjoy watching shows. I do recognize that I'm too nitpicky, and that is just something that I live with. But I'm gonna notice these things anyway. So
Yeah.
Well,
it's
for-
fun for me to talk about them.
the things you notice.
And because sometimes I do notice something that like turns out it does matter. Like I noticed that she was listening to the audiobook thing, and then like you see her in the conversation with Jody saying like, "Speak up," which
Yes.
like, it said in the audiobook. So like sometimes the little nitpicky thing is I find pay off.
Yes.
So I'm gonna keep looking at them.
Yeah, and I
That's
agree.
fun for
I
We're
agree
trying
with
to figure
Alex.
this out, Alex.
For a show that we never ever fact check our own figures, we shouldn't be fact checking other people's stuff.
So you disbelieve?
We suspend
I'm
not fact checking.
Yeah,
That's
we're-
what we suspend.
No fact checking on this show for new listeners.
No, but part of our fun is that we all spend a long time in law enforcement. We're going to try to pick it apart and
Yeah, we're
solve
from
it
St.
before
Louis.
it comes.
So,
And we're
you know,
from St. Louis.
I think if they would have known that they would have drawn in to whatever they named it, whether it was St. Louis or Chicago, or if they would. Now they got St. Louis people in there just nitpicking the shit out of stuff.
Yeah.
That's not Market Street. That's not. That's blah blah blah
yes.
blah.
Yes.
Well, if they had known all this, they'd probably just went with DTF LA.
Yeah, exactly. We don't need them little
Right. We don't need that podunk.
jerk offs down there breaking everything off.
Everyone in LA is really good at suspension of disbelief.
Talk about how
Yeah, they live it
They're
every
used
day.
to that, yeah.
They live it every day.
They've never had it.
All right. So anyway, we appreciate the comments, and we really
Hold on, I gotta
appreciate
get
that.
to one other comment.
Okay,
and
gotcha.
I didn't save the comment, and I couldn't find it, but it came up in our text because the whoever it was, I believe it was a female. She said she commented on the scratched out face of the
In the
magazine,
Indiana Jones
in the
magazine.
in the Indiana
Yeah.
Jones thing, and she said I think it's either Floyd or Clark. In the comment. So I put it on our group thread. People like this, and Maggie right away, because Maggie, she's freezing screens. She's
Watch it in slow
I pulled
motion.
up the episode again on my TV and I froze it on the scratched out face and I said, no way. And then I went back to the time where it had the flashback where it wasn't scratched out and I took a picture of that face too. And I was like, it's not either of them.
But
And it turns out
Maggie's
wrong.
wrong.
But I was right in that it's not David Harbour. They just had a different actor play the
yeah,
younger
and then they're
version of
telling us
Floyd.
it's him.
Right.
That's a good
So,
point. All
that
right,
was,
well, kudos to
So
that.
we'll give you a little
Yeah.
bit.
So
but
somebody
how
on
about
the-
the comment. Keep the comments
Yeah.
coming. These are. I mean, we'll just because if you're right, we're gonna let you know.
We're gonna give you
We're gonna
props.
call you out the next week. And say he was right.
And just like Alex Werman, I learned something new.
Yeah.
He's a composer. He likes music. I love music.
And it was very good in that.
Yeah.
And the score is powerful in this.
It really
does
is.
a lot to the story.
It intensifies things. That's what he did good. And we want you to come on the show. You can either come on through
Yeah.
StreamYard or swing by Colombo's in St. Louis. When you come here, we're buying St. Louis beer.
Right.
They also had St. Louis
Good-ass pizza.
Bud Light and Budweiser. Carol was drinking a Budweiser and Clark was drinking a Bud Light
Yep.
at the cornhole game.
You know where we're not taking him? Jamba Juice.
no.
Jamba Juice.
Jamba Juice.
Can't find it.
No. No.
Now, did you guys know? And this is something that I found interesting. And I forget who I was listening to. Then it was big. It was on social media. Is that if they would have used like a St. Louis place, then this thing's going to get tied into a murder, and then next thing you know, they're getting sued.
Really?
So they can't use
Real names?
Just run down to Milo's and say, "Hey, we're going to use." Now, if they ask Milo's,
Yeah, if they
I'm sure
ask
Milo's
first.
would be like, "Hell yeah,
I'm down with that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But instead of just throwing it out there and saying we're in Milo's and not contacting, and I just bring Milo's up for an example.
Let's bring some decorum to this, Maggie.
Start it out,
Let's
baby.
break this down. This Snag It episode.
All right, I tried something different with my notes this time, and I organized it more chronologically.
Okay,
So I'm just
we're
gonna kind of
down.
go through scene by scene, and we'll talk about like what things we learned, what questions we had, things like that. So the first thing that we see is Carol and Clark's first meeting. We get to see more of how that interaction goes down because we saw like a clip of it in the first one, but we get to see more what they talk about in this one. So Clark mentions, or she mentions the Jamba Juice. Clark mentions that he goes and gets a go-getter every day.
Go-getter. Yep.
And she immediately says, "Oh, me too."
Right,
Yeah.
not the
Go
watermelon.
Yeah. No, she said go get her.
I know, not watermelon. At
Yeah,
the time.
not watermelon breeze. Go ahead.
She lied.
Yeah, she lied right there.
She also says, like, she's like, so subtlety is not something that she has ever considered in her life, I don't think. She's like talking about how he's her total favorite weatherman. And,
Channel 10.
yeah. It's just, it's uncomfortable to watch.
Yes, it really is. I mean,
Especially because then they show us like the other side. Like, yeah, she talks about the go-getter there, and then like we find out later, no, that's watermelon breeze. Like, they're showing us how hard and blatant she's trying. Like how just shamelessly she's going
obviously,
after him.
shamelessly, yeah.
And then also showing the other side in this episode where we see like her blatantly lying about these
Yes,
things.
right.
So I do feel like episode 1 was painting Clark as the bad guy in episode 2 is definitely hitting Carol hard.
And you were on
Making her
Carol
bad.
the first show,
I was
too.
on Carol from the first one, and now I'm genuinely, because they're hitting her so hard and making her
You're
look so
coming off
bad,
of her.
I'm starting to think maybe it's not her.
Yes, yes.
Because,
But are they going to do that every show, and then
Yeah,
it'll
Yes.
take us back, and then one of them people is going to be guilty?
Yes.
for sure.
So they're going to lead us into a thing saying there's no way that's this person because we're making it too strong that it's that person.
100%.
And then they leave that person alone, and like this is episode 2. They come back to Carol on episode 7 after they've done.
I agree
4
with you
other
100%,
ones.
Tommy. So I'm going to throw my prediction out there right now because she kind of came full focus at the very end.
She's
Clark's
hot.
wife,
Emmy.
Emmy.
She hot.
She's going to be next episode's. My prediction is next episode's
Prime suspect?
Prime suspect.
I do hope that we get to, because even in this one, like we saw her more, like we saw Floyd and Emmy having that conversation, but like we don't get to hear hardly any of Emmy's side of it. We got
No.
to hear her talking about
Right.
the girls a little bit, but like,
We got to see her deny
But she
that
didn't take
call.
his call.
This is
She
all-
denied his
Take that call
call.
from jail.
but we
Yeah.
didn't
That's
get
when
to,
you're really mad at a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm in jail. Click.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear her like perspective on things though, and like find out like what did she know at what point?
Absolutely.
Did she know about
She's
the
going to
affair
know a lot
earlier?
at one point. They're going to lead us to the point
Yeah.
where she starts figuring all
She
this
knew
shit
all
out.
this.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I got you. All right. Well, that's my prediction for next show. She's going to be the prime suspect.
All right.
In this initial conversation, we also have Clark bringing up his deep sea demolition.
Oh, my
business,
God.
which was I'm so confused by it.
It
truly.
was so beautiful.
Because he like doubles down on it when they're in Jamba Juice. And she says something when she's talking to Jody. She's like, "Oh yeah, well I think he was hitting on me. I mean demolition."
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Is that supposed to be like a hot thing?
Yeah.
Is that-
See? What are you blowing up under the sea?
Hey, I'm just going to go into
SpongeBob,
reality.
you-
I've heard some of my friends come up with some of the strangest bullshit of what they do in life
Yes.
when you just go out,
Yeah,
party,
yeah, it's
and
true.
you go to
That
a
is
bar
true.
and you're just talking to gals or whatever. You can come up.
But
Hey, what are you
also,
going to tell
like-
people tonight? I'm going to tell them I was a fighter pilot in
Oh yeah.
Vietnam War.
Ron
Right.
Clyer used to do that.
I don't
It is,
tell them I was a
yeah.
fighter pilot.
Sergeant
Yeah,
Clyer.
my brother is routinely Australian when he's drunk, but but that's with people that he doesn't know and he's not going to see again. Like he's friends with Floyd, he's pursuing this thing with Carol. Like what is the point of telling this lie and like
Under-
going into so much detail and like yeah, they're my nicknames or Big Bang or Bang
Bang
Master.
Master.
Bang Master.
I'm
The
like-
Bang Master.
Do you notice too when he says that he looks straight down at the ground? He goes, I'm Bang Master.
Oh, he did?
He looked
Yeah.
at his crotch or the
He
ground.
looked down at the ground like he couldn't make eye contact with.
Yeah,
him.
'cause he knew.
because he's not a good liar.
No, he's not.
But when he talks to the policeman, when he talks to Homer, he looks him in the eye. So that was kind of one of the things I kind of pick up. And
Yeah.
it may just be a ruse, but
More intimidated by Carol than by the police.
Yeah, he seems.
When-
I tell you what, Jason Bateman, he's unbelievable,
He's a
man.
good actor,
He
too.
he did such a good job of making us believe that he was making that bullshit up as he was going along. Yeah, demolition. Yeah, big things. Big. I do all the dangerous things. Yeah, he's unbelievable.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought of at that time. I don't know if you guys are Seinfeld fans, but I thought when George Costanza was saying that he was a marine biologist,
oh yeah.
and then the whale was beached, and he went up, and then earlier in the show, Kramer had driven a golf ball off the beach into the ocean,
Titleist.
and George went up on the whale and came out with the Titleist. But again,
Wow.
suspend disbelief, right?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
that's what that reminded me of.
nice. All right, what else you got?
Okay, so then we see the Floyd and Emmy conversation. So, and all we really learned from that is that Floyd loves to dance.
Yes, and the kid did.
Yeah, they tried to sign Richard up for the dance classes because he doesn't like sports. He's got a thing going on. He like insinuated something but didn't say it outright.
Exactly.
They signed him up for the class. He didn't go, and so Floyd said, "Well, I'm not gonna waste this money," and just goes and dances with children himself.
You remember last week, Maggie, you asked us, if you guys hooked up, with another guy at our age, middle-aged men hooking up. The one thing I would never ever do is go to that dude's dance classes.
No.
Well,
no.
well, he was his kids.
He brought
the
his girls.
were in the class after.
Oh, okay.
So he caught the.
He wasn't there to
that.
see
I didn't catch that.
Right.
I was just thinking, I ain't going
Yeah.
to dude's dance class.
That would be.
Yeah, that would be weird.
My bad.
Weird. Okay, go on.
So then we get to see some of Floyd dancing in the dance class. He's
Very good.
creative. He's not holding himself to the standards of the moves that the rest of the kids are doing. He's having fun. He's expressing himself.
Yes.
And then we get to see him talking with Clark after that, and we go back to the Peyronie's disease,
Yes.
which is a callback that I feel like you guys might have been excited about.
Yes.
But then
I mean-
interesting, he goes into the story about saving the mentally ill kid, and when Clark asks like how that relates, he said, "Oh, that came later." So he's like teasing this thing a little bit.
They left us hanging
I
because
kinda
it said
think-
blunt trauma caused his Peyronie's
Right.
disease, and then they left us hanging.
Actually, that was one of the comments that we had at one of the shows. That the guy said the Peyronie's disease has got something's going to come up with this
Peyronie's disease.
Yep.
I kind of feel like he's just
Wow.
fucking with Clark. I kind of feel like he's
Like he
just
doesn't even have
yeah,
Peyronie's?
no, it's because my dick's bent. That's why I do ASL. And then he's just like, because he noticed that went over Clark's head. He's like, oh, it's because of my dick. my
And so
bent
now he's
dick."
just tormenting them.
Yeah, I kind of think he's just fucking with Clark, which makes me think like Floyd
Uh-oh.
has been like kind of painted as like just this like kind of sad sack
Oh,
guy,
I see.
and like maybe like that's a hint that he's smarter than they're making him out to be.
Oh.
And
Maybe
he's like,
he ends up being the bad guy, and it's something good that happened.
I don't know. I don't know.
Ooh,
But that-
ooh, just thought of that.
Just
But whoever
Just
made
thought
that
of
comment,
that.
I think that's going to come back. I think Peyronie's is going to have an ingredient into this.
Yep.
Scott
Yeah.
team.
Do you think it's gonna have a factor in that his dick having a curve is actually gonna influence something?
Well,
or
it'll be a identifying factor that somebody won't be able to. They'll say, "Well, did his penis have a curve in it?" No, there's going to be some kind of identifying. It's like a fingerprint. It's like a fingerprint.
okay.
You know, if your package has
I've never handled
a case where a 30-degree bend in your penis is the deciding factor.
Yeah.
Huh? Well,
Nobody's ever
Does it break right or break left?
during the
I don't know.
during coffee. You know, you're sitting around talking about a case, and you're like, hey, I guess a guy bangs around corners.
Well, some of these
He
things,
can bang a gal around a corner.
some of these things might be just bait, though, and
Right.
might not have anything to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that it could just
Anytime
be
you
that he's
can-
just kind of fucking with Clark. He's just
Yeah, I like that.
this is a bit that he tried the first time and Clark just like totally did not clock it at all, and so he's like, oh yeah, it's
He's
'cause
just
of my
messing
bent
with.
dick.
That's unbelievable.
Right.
That could be it. All right.
I just,
I don't know that.
there could be a tremendous benefit of.
And
just
then also
having
Maggie, when he comes in a window and knocks him to come out to jump, the whole car thing. Tommy said this earlier. Something's going to come up with these cars. Both of the cars are a piece of crap. Well,
Yeah, what
one's
are the
being-
odds that they're both gonna break down
Yeah.
like that?
And then with the right in the middle of "I love you," he's got to turn the car off.
and it
Well,
doesn't start
You
again.
know that car
so-
not starting is coming back.
Yes.
But I also think in that moment, like, I think that was kind of Carol doing her like speak up thing. Like she just wanted him
Oh.
to have to turn the car off and say it again because she
Be in
wants
control.
to be in control. Yeah. She wants to make him feel like, oh, I like that whole conversation with her on the bench was like
very
just
weird.
making him feel like shit.
Yes.
For the
You know,
fact
at
that he-
first I didn't catch
Yeah.
that it was the truck or it was the bus stop. And I was like, what are these two doing just sitting on an arbitrary bench in the
Yeah,
neighborhood?
yeah.
I mean, come on.
we should
And
have
then I
more
realized-
benches at bus stops, by the way.
My wife just asked why didn't he just drive her to her job, and he doesn't have anywhere to be.
Yeah, he can go anywhere.
He'd drop her off, and
You got dancing to go to though.
Okay, go ahead, Maggie. I'm tracking you.
All right, so yeah, the car breakdown. We also have that moment where he goes to tell the dance person that the car is going to be there, and she's surprised that Clark couldn't start it. You could just touch it. You could probably
Yeah.
just touch it.
Yeah, talking about being obvious again.
no, yeah.
Also, like, what does that mean? I don't know. She thinks he's got like
Hot
like,
hands. He's so
got
hot.
voltage. Heat isn't what makes a car start. That's
Start
just
it.
like
Don't you think Clark's acting like he's a little uncomfortable with how forward she's being?
yeah.
I
Which is part of what's so funny about that. Then she's pitching to the police that he was coming on to her. So
Yeah,
strong.
yeah.
Oh, she doesn't talk much. She
Yeah.
doesn't say
The
much.
breeze.
she was
watermelon
good.
breeze.
Yeah, just touch it. It'll start.
yeah,
Okay.
her whole mannerisms change. You know, like when she's with Clark, than when she's doing other stuff.
Yeah.
And that's the only time you really see her smile until later when they were at that concert. But most
Yes.
of the time, she doesn't smile that much either.
Well, are you going to talk about that concert? Because I have some comments on that.
Oh, yeah, I'll get
Okay,
there.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I have in my notes next that my boyfriend farted at this point in the story, and it smelled really bad.
So you're snitching him out, though.
Yeah, I told him I would.
Oh, well, hell. All right. Well,
So you gotta.
we don't know what to think
You
about
got to
that.
pause it to get your thoughts. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
He
I
knocked
can't-
you off.
I
I can't critically
think in
analyze
this
it.
environment.
Pause.
That's
Pause,
a
I'm
stressful.
going outside.
That's adversity.
Yeah,
You should
so I
own
just
up and
want you guys
conquer
to
it.
know how hard I'm working.
But you also said when we first met, you also told us a story of how you, no matter what you guys are watching, just go crazy with the
Yeah, no.
analyzing, just
yeah,
the
no.
details.
It's good for him that I'm just writing down my notes instead of
Yeah,
just
instead of doing
spewing
things.
them out loud constantly during the whole thing.
All right. Well,
you know.
okay, snitch. Go ahead. What else you got?
Next, we have the Jamba Juice scene. So we see that Carol got there first. I'm curious about the timing of this because when he gets there, he's like, "Oh yeah, it's like a midday pick me up." So this is not like in the morning before they go into work. How long was she sitting there? How did
On
she
the
know
bench?
what? No, in the Jamba Juice.
Oh, yeah.
Like how long? How did she know when he was going to show up? Was she just sitting there all day
Waiting.
for him to get there?
Maybe. Have you ever seen that big of a Jamba Juice in your life? Did you see their cups? They were the biggest. Did you guys notice that? It stuck out to me right away.
super big
Those
gulp.
are
Big
they were
gulp.
like big gulp cups.
yeah,
Those are.
I didn't. Now that you mentioned it, I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, she did say though that her Perino was right behind the Jamba Juice, and they showed that tall building, so maybe she could see him walking up, or coming up the street or whatever.
She specifically told the police though that she was there second, right?
Yeah, that he was there first. Also, she gets there and they show her like sit down at one place and then she's sitting in another place by the time
Right.
he gets there.
Yes.
So I kind of think that she was just hanging out for a while.
Right.
She saw him and she let him walk by,
Yeah.
and then made it look like he saw her first.
Right.
Right.
The whole thing, she's like trying to make it seem very coincidental, but she is very much in control
Of the whole thing.
conversation.
Yep.
She like asks him about the umping stuff and then won't even let him answer because she doesn't actually care about that. That was just an in for her to bring up the Cardinals game.
Yes,
And
to
she
get her
suggests
there.
the Cardinals game, like this is something I
And she
just
already had
thought
the
of,
schedule pulled
but
up
had
on
the
her
schedule
phone.
pulled up and ready
Yeah.
to go.
Yeah.
So and then we see Clark ignoring the call from his wife.
Yep.
Which is, and then he uses that fucking demolition excuse.
Oh, it was a
again.
demolition guy calling. They had
Because
a
they
big-
puss out
Yeah.
without me.
And then she bit on that. You mean they pussy out? And he
I mean-
once again he's acting uncomfortable. He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I felt uncomfortable for him.
Emmy got him back though,
By at the end,
and
she didn't
Emmy
take
got
his
him back
call.
way worser
Yeah, she didn't take his
Right.
call. Oh, that's 100%.
from jail.
So yeah, you mentioned the she's an umpire, and that scene started off with what is bunting? I think I should. They say I should know what bunting is. It's in all over this little book I read. She's an umpire. Doesn't know what bunting is.
Yeah, she's must be really bad at her job.
Well,
I think
I think she just like balls.
she does. She doesn't.
She
yeah.
just like calling balls.
Yeah.
I think it was genuinely just a way for her to bring up the Cardinals game. I think
Yeah,
it was.
and then had the schedule pulled up and
Yeah.
and a way to say, well, I try to talk about this with Floyd, but he just doesn't even listen to me.
yes. He every time I bring up
Whoa,
umpiring.
it's her. Which I believe. I
Yeah.
believe that he doesn't want to talk about
Well,
umpiring.
Floyd
since
told
he's-
Clark it turns him off.
Yeah.
The whole umpiring thing turns him off.
But at this time, do you guys know? Do we know where Clark and Floyd's relationship is at this time?
Well, when we were watching this part, we didn't. But when we get to the when Homer's interviewing Clark later, he says that like their friendship didn't really deepen
Yes.
until after the affair ended. So we think
Right.
they're like
Okay.
coworkers. They went to even the
Okay.
Floyd and Carol coming to Clark's house was after the
Exactly.
affair had already ended.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that the end of it started at the concert, right?
Right.
Because she weirdly, Emmy went to get water for him, and then they started holding hands, and then she weirdly just started getting all emotional about Floyd up there doing some phenomenal
ASL
dancing.
work.
He was killing it, and then, but one thing. What did she say at the end? She yelled up at Floyd, "You go, girl." That's going to be something too. He said, "You go, girl," to Floyd. Carol yelled, "You go, girl," to Floyd. I don't know why do you say "you go, girl"?
I don't know. I didn't catch that, but I believe
You didn't catch it? Yeah, flat out said "you go, girl." So that's weird. And then that's when she said to Clark, "He just needs me. He's so and I want to grow old with him, and that's what I want to do." So I think that's the first night that they start to break up, and then all of a sudden he starts getting really friendly with Floyd. Clark does. I don't know.
Did you guys see I know you did freeze the text that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
My wife made me freeze the scene.
Yeah, where she actually breaks the news to Clark. I love him.
Right.
Yeah.
The text is from Carol to Clark. I love Floyd so much, right? And then the right is the question mark. So she's not sure. And then it says,
I think she's sure of everything.
yeah,
I think
he's so sweet. Wow. And needs someone to take care of him. And that's me. And that's what I want to do.
Yes. Yes. I think every show there's going to be at least one or two more texts revealed. And they're just trying to feed us along. So
What else you got, Maggie?
The next scene we see is the Cardinals game. So she's does that like
Snag it.
weird beer thing where they're just passing beers down. She had no need to take
One of
more
them.
than one at a time, but she like pulls up her skirt and puts it between her legs and tells him to snag it.
Right.
Title. And the lack of subtlety again. This is where I wrote down. They want us to know that she's a manipulative liar. Like they are showing like so clearly how much she is manipulating people, and like have given us all of these ways to recognize the manipulation and the ways to like. They like clearly set up that she's at the Jamba Juice first, so that when she says later that he was there first,
it's a
we
clear
go,
lie.
No,
Yeah.
that's not true.
Yeah.
Right.
This is where I started to be like, maybe Carol didn't do it. 'Cause they want
It's too much.
They want us to think Carol did it so bad.
Yeah.
That was just like Clark, like you said. It was Clark last week. So
Yep. Yep.
But then this is the part where they start to get like much more direct about like, come see me at the park. Floyd won't be there. Oh, I go to the park to bike anyway, so it like makes sense that we would
2
run into
p.m.
each other.
right.
We see him at the game for a second, and then we're at the Quality Garden Suite.
How many times did they say
Where
that?
dreams come true at the Quality Garden Suites.
where they have their dream meetings.
Yeah, dream meetings. Oh, Homer was all over that. Homer didn't know what the hell to think about that. The dream meetings.
I like that.
Me too.
Homer, but the other detective, what's her name?
Jody.
Jody's good. I like Jody.
Yeah, Jody sees through it.
You know, she's all over this.
And she's always really calm.
And very, it doesn't say much.
Which is unlike most detectives.
Yes.
If you tell me what to do, you better be better than
Yeah,
what he's doing.
She had a
Yeah.
whole lot of patience with
Right.
Carol.
Right.
Yes. So
We hear that Clark's dreams are weight placement. What did you guys? I want to hear what you guys thought
wait.
about it.
He just didn't know. He just wait.
I'm telling you,
Placement.
that was
Yeah.
the first. Now, we laughed a little bit at the Big Bang or the Bang Master. But when it cuts to what's your dream, and he tells her, about sitting on the face and just go about your everyday
task.
business.
Just stay
I
to your
will say
task.
that when he
And then
said
they-
that, it was not what I was envisioning.
But,
No, me
but when-
neither.
But they cut right to it, and she's perfectly squatted, like in a catcher's.
And she's in a
and just
full call.
On
She
a
is
phone call with FedEx.
Oh, yeah, on a phone call with FedEx, and it's not paying attention to a thing in the world. And that's when I was going to ask, when did you guys laugh out loud? That's when we laughed out loud. How they just cut right to it.
That was great.
Well, he was getting ready to tap out because he couldn't
Yeah, he
breathe.
was going to tap out.
And just the way she was, it was just that perfect, it was the place. The weight placement came later.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was just perfectly for that scene because she was just squatted right
Yeah,
down in
and
perfect
all
position.
weight on there.
And like I said, it was getting uncomfortable. And then all of a sudden they go to that, which kind of, like if you're watching it with your wife or your boyfriend or your girlfriend, kind of gets more uncomfortable. But everybody just comes out laughing.
Listen,
at
he
that
laughed.
Right. Just
What are you supposed to do to that scene?
Right.
It was perfect. And it was like that.
Oh, yeah.
There
yeah.
was no we got no cuddling or anything.
No.
Bang,
Bam.
sitting on the face.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
there to make their dreams come true.
Right.
Yes.
And
They're
that
not
was
there
it.
for snuggles.
But I was
Love
right.
it.
You're right. When he said that at that meeting, that's not what I was expecting him to say. Well, tell me your dream. And okay, Clark, go get it, buddy. All right.
Go get her.
Then I have a quote from Jody that just says, "No one jacks off to magazines anymore." And I want to formally say, I think we should bring it back.
Bring it back.
I think
you
we
think
should
we bring it back? Yeah.
jerking it to magazines.
Yeah. I don't think there's any. Are there magazines out there still? Is there printed copies of
I
those?
just think that like the idea of like a middle school boy having a magazine hidden in a shoebox
That's
under his
old
bed
school.
is
And you
like,
had to hide it
that's
under the
nice.
bed?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh, yeah.
nice.
You have to hide your phone under your bed.
It's It's just not the same.
It's
And
just not the same.
I think you're right, Meg. I think we need to bring the
it back.
Playboy, the Playboy.
What was the name?
Playgirls and the
Tommy, what was it?
Hustler?
No. Oh.
Penthouse.
No, I know the name of the magazines, jerk off. What was it? What did he call it? Fuel. What kind of fuel?
Oh, it was a pre-game boner fuel.
Pre-game boner fuel.
That one got me good.
This
too.
show's going down in history with some of their one-line
The pre-game
names.
boner fuel was a
Pre-game
good one.
boner fuel.
Classic.
Porn positive so far. We have 2 episodes and we have epic
Bang Master?
nickname. The Bang Master.
Should I tell my story about my buddy?
No.
All right, I don't think so.
But they're gonna go.
he
They're
was
going
kind of
down
a bang
in history with
master.
their little one-liner names.
Yeah.
Okay. What else, Meg?
So then we see Homer and Jody talking about interviewing Clark and Carol, and they both want to interview Clark.
Yes.
Or I wonder, do they both not want to interview Carol? What do you think, from your perspective as with investigative backgrounds?
They would want to interview the bad guy. They want to be the guy that's going to be in there and get him to crack or something like that. So you would always, the lead detective would want to go after that glory.
Well, in reality, there would always usually be two.
Yeah, there always be
So
two.
you would have done it together. But again, we'll suspend in disbelief. But in reality, there would have been two detectives.
I think it definitely worked out for the best for them that Jody went and interviewed Carol, because I think
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
she
Well, no, it works out. They can
clocked
never-
more of the stuff that Carol said.
Plus, Homer already had a rapport with
Right.
Clark, so you don't want to take a chance of the new detective
Right.
not getting the guy to shut down or ask for a
Right.
lawyer or whatever.
Okay. So then we see Jody and Carol's interview. We see her keep saying like, "Speak up, please. I can't hear you," which is so ridiculous. They're in a silent living room, real close to each other.
Yes, yes.
Like there's no, but like, and you can see Jody being like peeved by it, but
Yeah,
like then like very calmly repeating herself louder.
Louder. Right.
Right.
Carol says just like so much bullshit in this. I don't talk a lot, so I didn't say much. I didn't think anyone would find my story interesting. It's so samey.
Yes, Amy.
She says that he seduced her. She says that weird thing about deep sea demolition, like, I think he was coming on to me. I mean, demolition.
Yeah, okay.
I was like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Right.
But okay. She does say something that was interesting was that she said that he has no life insurance policy, which we saw in the teaser after
No way,
last
Jose, she
episode.
said.
Right.
No way, Jose.
In the teaser after the last episode, we saw her suggesting that they get one, and we saw paperwork that looked like she was taking one out. But that would be like so easy to check.
Wasn't
right?
she saying that to Clark though? He would be much healthier if he had a life insurance policy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But that would be like really easy for the police to find.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
she's probably not lying about that. So
Right.
that
I
makes,
agree with that.
That makes me think even more that like maybe Carol didn't do it, because if Carol was trying to set up a life insurance policy to like set up her and her son, she would have made sure that went through.
Right.
Yes, before he died.
Right.
Yeah, good point. Yep.
She says that Clark was there first at Jamba Juice, which is like, I'm like, some of the stuff she lied about, I'm like, why would you
Yeah,
lie
who
about
cares?
that?
Who
Why
cares?
does it matter
Yeah.
who was
So it
there
must
first?
matter.
Right.
It
Right.
must gonna have to matter.
It matters because then Jody was able to clock that was a lie.
That.
So that was helpful.
I think it matters because it helps them portray her as the bad person.
Right.
Yes.
You know, so I don't know that in the end it might not mean anything.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know, in episode
Except that you're
7, it
capable
might
of
not
lying to
need
the
anything.
police.
But right now, to put her as the bad person, it means everything.
Yeah. Watermelon Breeze
Right.
getting there second.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
She says that Clark was pushing her to leave Floyd. She was always clear that she would not leave her husband. She's very indignant throughout the conversation. Wow, I can't believe you guys are asking
Right.
for my man.
So many questions. Yeah.
Something that is nitpicky. I'm sorry, Alan. Is that his name?
Alex.
Alex.
Werman.
Sorry, but that's not a hutch. That was a closet.
That's a closet. Yeah. What a hutch. Well, that's a weird thing. Why'd they call that a hutch? It was a
Why
simple
did she-
closet.
Yeah. She made a whole like thing about like we don't have an office type thing.
Yeah.
So we keep it in the hutch. But I'm
would-
like,
It's a closet.
Yeah. I'm thinking a hutch as a piece of furniture.
It is.
Yeah, it
You know
is.
why? Because it
Okay.
is.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's why you think that. Because I looked it up afterwards because I was like, maybe I'm wrong.
Right.
I looked it up and I said, I'm scrolling through all these pictures and none of them are closets.
Yeah. No, but Jody did a good job finding that box.
Yeah.
So did he write that stuff on there to make it look like you would never be interested in looking inside that box?
I think it was like really heavy hitting. It said like sharp objects inside, undeveloped photographs, and like boring business stuff. It was like really like trying to get someone not to look. But I'm wondering if that's really Floyd's box or if that was planted.
Yeah.
Because that is like the stuff that's written on there that's going to stand out to somebody who's looking. And she says, "Oh, that's Floyd's stuff."
And when you just mentioned planted, and I'm with you. There's something that's going to evolve here, that somebody's going to get involved, and you're going to go, "Oh, that dude or that gal is diabolical."
Yeah. So I got a kick out of when Jody's flipping the magazines; they're all the same. It reminded all of us when you got a name in some kind of program at school or something like that, you got as many copies as you could. So old Floyd had the 3 or 4 copies of the Playgirl magazine that he was in when he was doing the old Indiana Jones shoot. Yeah.
Was that all that was in the box? Or
No,
like,
remember there's 2 pieces of, there was some single pagers that she put out on the trunk of the car before she got to the Playgirl magazines. I don't know
maybe
if
we'll see more of that
Yeah,
later, or maybe it was just decoy stuff on top.
Yes.
I thought it was really interesting that then she finds that the Indiana Jones is Floyd. But I thought it was interesting because wasn't it a whole magazine? Because in that flashback it shows him like opening to that page. So did they not like look through the rest of the magazine that they found at the crime scene?
Yeah.
Why didn't they look at that more? And like, did they not show that to Carol and ask her like,
Right there
why
and
do you
then.
think he had this?
Exactly.
Because then she could have said, "Oh, that's
him."
And then that would have been like, I think it's weird that they got that far into the case without knowing that was
well,
him.
and I'm
or
gonna
like look up that edition. Like you have the internet now.
when they had the picture when they had the picture of him dead and that magazine next to him and his belly was out and his pants seemed to be undone, they wanted us to believe that he was jerking off to that magazine. Homer did especially. But now that we know it's him, nobody jerks off to pictures of themselves. Okay, you just don't do it. All right.
JJ might.
But you know what I mean?
JJ
So
just
what
caught
is
a
this all
stray.
going to be?
Right. So that I think that's why whoever put it there scratched the face out, so it would look more like he was jerking off to somebody. But I don't know. I don't know why.
Hold on a second. You might be onto something. He might have. He didn't want to look at his own face, but he wanted to look at his old body. That's going to be it. So he scratched out his face.
Maybe.
Okay, all right.
He don't want that body because his little kid doesn't want him to have that body. He got that big old belly right now.
He's got that big old belly. Yeah.
I'm curious again about the flashback that we saw in episode 1 where he opened it and then died because it was not scratched out there. I don't know if that was
Somebody
Jody
scratches
like
it off
imagining
afterwards.
it or if
Oh.
it was somebody scratching it off afterwards. I'm not sure.
Or was it a plan of
Yeah.
piece of
But I hope
And remember,
we find out
right
at some
before he died, he turned the page.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right.
I don't know.
What do you got?
So next we have the concert, which we already talked about a little bit.
Yep.
They are holding hands, and
That
then
was
she, like,
crazy. Yep.
suddenly turns this into like, look at him. He's working so hard up there.
Yeah.
He's
So
trying
good at
so
this, and then
hard.
sheds a tear.
I
Yeah, she
love
said
him. I want to grow
she
old
teared
with
up.
him. Yeah.
Yep.
Which was just weird.
It was very
I think
weird.
that and I think it was calculated. I just think that everything she does is calculated.
Yes.
And I don't
Floyd.
think that she's like the smartest person because of how like
Or is she?
she's just so blatant about everything in a way that I'm
Over
like,
the top.
You could have been cleaner about this.
Yeah.
But I do think that she is manipulating everyone all of the time.
Yes.
But is there a connection? Because Floyd's taking dance school, right? He goes in with those, and then you see him at a concert, and all of a sudden he's the ASL guy for the concert, and he's busting out moves.
He does bust out moves.
Well, he said that was part of his motivation for the
Okay.
dance
Yeah, he
class,
did say
but
that. That's yeah.
Okay. Because
But,
Floyd was killing it.
add
Yeah.
some flavor or something. I
Right.
don't
Yeah,
remember what
yeah, he was doing
language
good.
he used, but. So then we see Clark and Homer's side of the interview. This is where he says that their friendship deepened after the affair ended.
Right.
And then Homer gets pulled out of the interview for the DTF update. He finds out that Floyd was meeting with men on the app. He finds out that there was the Tiger meeting.
Tiger. That's a tiger. I laughed at that too. Do you need a break, Tiger?
Tiger.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I will say, like,
Tiger.
Clark was pretty cool about that.
Very
when
cool.
He said it.
Very cool.
Why are you calling me Tiger?
Yeah. And he did admit he was Tiger.
Yes, he admitted he was Tiger. He denies that Floyd liked to meet men.
Yeah,
He
why?
said Floyd did not like to meet men. You don't know what you're talking
You
about.
don't know what you're talking about.
Which is interesting to me.
And that's when Homer got up to leave to verify it. He goes, because the other one he was going to try to meet, he goes, is that a guy? He goes, yes.
That's AP.
Yeah.
He meant AP.
Yeah.
Oh, ass play.
Modern Love.
Modern Love.
And John and I were talking. Peter Sarsgaard is a big actor.
And he's from St. Louis, right?
Is he?
No,
My
that's
wife
Kevin
thinks he's
Kline.
from St. Louis.
Not that I know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure on
John looked that up.
We got to look
But-
that
I
up.
can't. I'll get yelled at.
Right.
that. He's a
Oh,
big
that's
enough
right,
actor
yeah.
that I think that character is going to play
I'm
a big
off
role
camera.
in what happens. Because
Yes.
they wouldn't bring on someone that big.
Because
for
he is a
throwaway
big-time
little
actor.
role.
Oh.
So, something interesting.
Okay.
They talk about how they met for breakfast, this intimacy play, the AP, the grinding.
Yes.
I don't know, but I do wonder, because Clark says like Floyd did not like to meet men, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm curious if that all went down the way that he said it did, or if he's like covering for Floyd in some way, if something else happened.
If Clark's covering for Floyd?
No, Modern Love.
Modern Love.
I don't know. Because we do in the teaser at the end of the episode, we see them kiss. We see at one point Floyd telling Clark about how he got a hit. That part was weird because
Very
he
weird.
says Modern Love, and then on the phone it shows Tiger Tiger.
Yes.
Which I was like,
That was very bizarre. Yes.
which hit are you talking about?
Yes.
Right.
Why?
Right. 100%.
I was confused.
Yeah,
But
I
he
was
does
confused.
say that like he liked my profile. I want to meet him. So he knew that he was going to meet a man. There was no like,
No question about it.
but I am curious as to like why and like what went down. Yeah, maybe it's just that this was something he was exploring for the first time.
Yep.
But like,
Yes.
why would Clark say that he didn't like to meet men? That
And he was
just
so
weird.
adamant and quick about it.
Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Peter Skarsgård was born in Scott Air Force Base. So,
Ooh, he's close.
yeah.
Oh.
He was born at.
Yes. He lived around here.
Yeah.
Yep. So, Denise, kudos. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good work, Denise.
Yeah.
Little subtlety. Kevin Kline got to mention again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
did.
he's St. Louis. He's a St. Louis dude.
Yep.
I was curious about, so like during Homer and Clark, like Homer just like keeps getting pulled away for things, or like going to other interviews and then coming back to Clark. Is
Right.
that common that you would like
Sure.
come back
Yeah.
to the
Oh,
person?
God,
that
yeah.
many times?
Oh, yeah.
And then is Clark just sitting in the room stewing?
Oh
in
yeah,
between?
thinking about what you just said and what the angle's going to be.
Okay.
Nervous as a cat.
Or sometimes you'll even send in the partner.
Oh, okay.
You know, the good guy, bad guy stuff.
To work. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you let him sit for a minute.
I
but it-
am excited to see Jody and Clark talk and to see what that dynamic is like.
Yes.
Because-
I think Jody.
And is that coming? What makes you say
Well,
that?
in the teaser, it showed her talking to him.
Okay.
now they're going to flip. I bet you next week they flip flop interviews.
So Homer will go to Carol and
Yep.
Jody
because
goes-
because at the end, if you notice, they I mean, you got one interview leading to one guy, and you got the other interview leading to the gal.
yeah.
And then they meet at the end, and Homer's all proud of himself. He's
Oh,
puffing
yeah, he
his
was-
chest.
yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah.
like,
Figure
I
it
got this,
out.
motherfuckers. I
Open
got
up.
this.
What's that word he used?
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Palomar.
A Palomar.
A Palomar.
there we
When you got that case, it's the tightest knot in the world. That's this case.
She is not going down. When she interviews him, there's going to be different stuff come out.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I
that's
think both ways, because I think
Right.
yes.
when they flip flop, they'll both understand each other's point of view.
Yes.
And then they'll both start saying, okay, it's one of these two. And then they'll start arguing about which one it is.
Yeah.
And it's going to come out of left field of who it is.
Yes.
Yep.
I
That's you.
wonder how long their investigation has been going on at this point. Like, based on like
don't
the
really say
information
that,
they've
yeah.
had,
Yeah.
the people they've talked to, like, yeah, like how many days has it been since Clark was arrested? How many
Well,
days has it been
if
since
he's
the
just
murder?
making that phone call to her, it's been a day.
Okay.
Yeah,
At
a
most
day.
a day.
And he's still in the
Right.
same clothes. And yeah, it's been
Right.
a day.
But how many days before they arrested him?
Did they work on it?
Yeah.
Oh, probably a minute.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're going to have, because you got to, I mean,
You want to get your ducks in a row before you
anytime
bring
you're
him
in a homicide case, and what I'm kind of surprised at is that they didn't introduce the like prosecuting attorney. You know, because you could always introduce that person who's telling, because that who really calls the shots when you get into an investigation like this. Because he's the one that's got to, or he or
He's
she's
got to go
the one
win
that's
in
got to
front
go
of
to
the jury.
court.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I need this, and I need that, and I need this. And, Homer is a seasoned detective, and a lot of times he'll listen to you. But I don't give a shit how seasoned you are. If you're the prosecutor and you want this or that,
It's getting done.
you tell them, I want that. So
Yeah.
Okay. I wonder if we'll see that character later. I did make a note here that I just thought it was funny that there's a projector in the interrogation room that he puts up, like, and it's not like he had all the texts printed out. He had a stack of paper like this thick. Yeah. And then now there's a couple things you're going to put on a projector in the room. Yeah. I'm just so confused by and they've got like the war room with like all of these screens all over the wall and everybody's on computers. And
I love it. I want to go to that place. I want to go to there.
I think that's when Alex wants us to suspend this movie.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah,
right about there.
And I get that.
Right.
But I think it says something about Homer. I think Homer is old school. And yeah, people are doing all this stuff on the computers, but he wants a paper thing, or he wants he knows how to use a projector.
I like John's point. The only note Homer's ever taken is A-P.
And he paused on the P.
Yeah, he couldn't bring himself to do it. He couldn't do it. He's just so appalled.
And then he was worried about who I mean, that has something to do with it too. Like who did
yeah.
You know,
oh, Homer.
You know what I brought up last week is about the music.
Yeah.
So Let the Sun Shine In again this week to start. But then it goes to I Wish It Would Rain.
Yes.
In the middle.
Yes.
The Temptations. And then at the end, the sun ain't going to shine anymore.
Right.
So the music's also setting up the mood. And
that's our boy, Alex Werman.
Alex.
Yeah.
Way to go, Alex.
Hey.
John need to get together.
Frankie,
John, you got any other ideas for him?
No, I'm just going to
enjoy
it. Goes, yeah.
I wonder if the moon's ever going to come in.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of good songs about the moon.
Indeed.
AP.
What do you got?
So around this point is where we find out that we like figure out a little bit more about the timeline, because we find out that the fair started and ended, and then Clark invites Floyd and Carol over to her house, and
almost
this is
immediately
when he introduces DTF to Floyd. So this strengthens my theory that DTF was a ploy on Clark's part to like add some ambiguity to their marriage.
Yeah.
Floyd's cheating a little bit.
Great
like,
point.
Maybe there's an opening for him and Carol.
Great point.
So that was interesting.
A lot of diabolical.
That is some.
They're all diabolical and a little freak.
Yeah.
Well, I like, you know, the way I see, like, from the writer's standpoint is, all right, now we're looking at Carol. Well, she kind of sets up Clark to be a suspect, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Because of their affair and that, but she also is protecting herself because she says about the dreams and what are your fantasies and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's something she can use against Clark in case he decides to tell his wife something, because his wife probably already knows about
those dreams,
those things, you know. So it's kind of setting, and I'm like you guys. It's almost too obvious that, you know,
Carol
or Clark. It's, you know, I just think, you know, they're setting up some of these other characters. And the other thing I caught was when Jody was interviewing her and called her Mrs. Smyrnich, she said it's Love Smyrnich.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this was because that one guy's name is Modern Love. Not that anybody would use their real name in one of those things, but it's kind of setting something up. I just think they're playing with us a little bit and having fun with it.
I hadn't caught that.
Yeah.
Producer John's on his game.
Yeah,
he is. He brings thunder to this.
I think him and Maggie ought to start a show just breaking down films.
Yeah, breaking down films. Yeah. Break it on down.
I won't fart.
That's nice of you. All right, what else you got?
The other things we find out in this are that Clark got the amphazine script 6 days before the murder, which is pretty incriminating.
Yep.
Yes.
Homer was
Why
proud
did he
as
get
a
that?
Yeah.
as a motherfucker.
I'm interested
Clear
to see
as day.
Clark try to explain
Homer
that.
had that's it. He
Yeah,
did.
clear as day.
We got him.
Yeah.
Which does a little bit like Emmy would definitely have access to Clark's prescriptions.
100.
So like could be again like she's got access to the bike, she's got access to the prescriptions.
Very good.
She does have potential there. I'm not sure what her motivation would be to kill Floyd. I feel like she would kill Carol or Clark.
Or Clark.
probably. But I don't know. There's definitely layers to this that we've not seen.
We haven't
yet,
seen.
so.
Yeah, we haven't seen it all.
I thought it was funny that after he said that, he was like, you know, that's premeditation. That's the death penalty in this state, of Missouri, which is the state we're in.
Yes.
Which I think was mostly there for people that don't know where St. Louis is. Oh, by the way, this is taking place in Missouri.
Right, we're
you
not
for
in
that.
East St. Louis.
Yeah.
And then Clark, we see Clark calling his wife.
That was
She does not take the phone call, which is fair.
To me, I don't. It was fair, but why?
Yeah.
So we had the earlier where she ignores him, and then at the very end of the show,
He ignored her.
He ignored her.
And then
Her
she
ignored
ignores him.
Yeah.
But I mean, his call it says Emmy. On the call she gets, it says St. Louis County, police, whatever the fuck.
Very good point.
Which could have also been a detective calling her. Like,
Well,
Yes.
it was on the news. If you remember, the news was playing at that time.
Yes.
yeah.
So it's out that he's locked
no,
down.
for sure.
And she gets that call.
No, but Maggie's saying there's nothing that said that's him calling. It's,
Right.
That's true.
It could have been a
Now-
detective calling. But I thought it was
Either way, not the answer.
Right.
Yeah.
Either way.
Well, that's
Either
what I'm
way.
saying.
Right.
It makes it even bolder to not answer.
Yes.
She was like, no, fuck that whole thing.
Yeah, I don't even want nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I thought it was interesting. He ended the call by saying, hey, I don't know what about this. I had that thing with Carol,
I didn't
but
kill
I
her."
did not hurt Floyd.
Yeah. He's still really adamant about that.
I think we all, if he ends up as the killer or as the person that had the most to do with this, that would be a shock.
I'd be shocked.
Yeah.
I'd be shocked.
Yeah. Yeah, first episode really set him up to look bad. This one really set him up to look like he's a pawn.
Yes.
This series is great.
It's so fun.
I think just that we're doing this makes it a lot funner for
Oh,
us.
it makes it, like my
My
son,
wife is down with it.
my
I don't know
son
about
calls
your
and
wives
says, "Oh my
boyfriends."
God, I missed all that stuff. That's
Right.
You guys are really clarifying this." Yeah. So, and then how did it wrap up? What?
Oh, well, I have the teaser, but I also wanted to ask, there's like so much security around Clark. Like outside his cell, they've got 2 police officers standing there. When they're moving him later, he's got like 4 or 5 people around him. Is that just like, it's he's a murder suspect and so we're gonna fucking lock him down?
Suspend
or like
disbelief.
he just doesn't.
Well, but I will say this. So
threat.
we don't know how big of a star that they're proclaiming him to be.
Okay.
But anytime there's a high-profile guy, the last thing the police department that has him in custody wants is anything to happen to him.
Okay.
So if it's out there that he's been cheating on his wife and he's been doing all this crazy stuff, and it gets reported, now I'm not saying that would happen. I'm just saying that you would have reason to protect him
Yeah.
because he's a known.
Was your
well-known
question
person.
more tailored towards them protecting him or them thinking he's a dangerous man?
Well, just about how many people were there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that is part of it. This is something I haven't really considered is that they would be protecting.
What I
him as
thought
Yeah,
well.
about
yeah,
the
yeah.
disbelief, the suspended disbelief, and I'm not.
It's,
but
it's
as
just for
far as
visual.
the
It's a visual.
It's a visual.
Just like the
Right, exactly.
17 people in the swimming pool.
Yeah.
And the body's inside. Nobody's even looking at the body. Everybody's
Yeah.
walking around the swim. It just helps.
Right.
Show there's a lot going
like
on.
the 2 guards outside the interview
In the window just looking
in the window
Yeah.
looking into the thing.
You don't got anything else to do?
I loved it.
I always think about what I would be doing. Like if they assigned me to be one of those guards looking in there, I'd be making all kinds of faces. I'd be like, "Hey, Homer,
Tiger.
tiger, bitch!"
and they had that. They're just standing in front. I think it was supposed to be kind of more comedic. And
I do too.
Just like when they were running up the steps to lock them up.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I love that. Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
It's a dark comedy, so you never know when the comedy's coming. But like Annie said, the laugh out loud moments. I had 3. There was the Bang Master, the sitting on the face, and the AP.
And then also the pregame boner fuel.
Pre-game on a few got me a good.
So I want to keep track of the one-liners. I'm porn positive. A new phrase. Pregame boner fuel, unbelievable. I mean, the writer is kudos.
Yeah.
Kudos.
We're gonna come up with some good ones on this.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's
Okay.
Stephen Conrad is a writer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You think he does dope? I gotta think.
I hope so.
These writers. I gotta think they stay high, or to come up with some of this shit. Jesus Christ.
Wrap it up and bring it home to us for us, Maggie.
So the last thing we see is the teaser at the end, which I found that some people don't know how to watch that. So if you're a viewer and you want to watch the teaser, it's gonna go like it's gonna be showing the credits, and then that's gonna go into a little box, and it's gonna try to make you watch something else. You have to go back to that little box, and it's at the very end of the credits, like even the credits in different languages. It's kind of a pain in the butt to get there. But there is a 1-minute teaser at the end of it that was next on DTF.
Okay.
So the first one was like this season on DTF or something like that, and this one's next. So I think that all of the things it showed are going to happen in the next episode.
Okay.
Which has got me excited. Because we see Jody interviewing Clark. We see her showing a key and saying, I want to talk about this. Which in episode 1, there was one key that she couldn't identify what it went to.
Pool room.
So I'm interested to see that. Maybe.
Is that pool room?
Could be.
Come on now.
We see
That's a good point.
Floyd meeting Modern Love. at a restaurant, or like
Is that a
their
song or
breakfast thing?
every time you guys say that, I'm just
David
bobbing my
Bowie
head.
song.
David
If
Bowie.
you go back and look at it, when you guys brought up Modern Love earlier,
David Bowie.
I'm over here just bobbing my head thinking,
Modern Love. Yeah. Exactly.
And his profile picture kind of looked like David Bowie with the long hair.
But I'm not that big of
Definitely
a
got a Bowie
music
vibe.
connoisseur that I was ready
catch
to
that.
confidently say that that's a song.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know if it was something other love, and I was just putting modern
Yeah.
in it,
Yeah.
like Radar Love.
Yeah.
Radar
Love.
Dun,
Yeah.
dun,
Oh,
dun,
God.
dun, 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 dun.
Okay.
So we see Clark meet Modern Love. We also see a very brief clip where Modern Love kisses Floyd. I don't know. I because it was so short, it was hard to really read anything into it other than the fact that they kissed. But it looked to me a little bit like it was like he went for it and Floyd looked a little bit surprised. So I'm still wondering, because I just don't understand why Clark would say that Floyd wasn't
know what
into
you're
meeting
talking
men
about. Yeah.
if Floyd wasn't into.
But they're broke too,
Right.
so he could be doing this because they're broke.
Right.
You know,
This
I
is
mean,
true.
they don't have no money, so he could have been just doing this Playgirl stuff because he's broke.
Right.
So
Okay. Good point.
We see Clark saying to Carol that he wants to make her dreams come true as well.
Yeah. That's going to be fun as hell.
Going to be interesting.
Yes.
it didn't already happen.
No. Clark's going to make Carol's dreams come true.
Yeah, we see Carol
He's gonna
making
be on
Clark's
the phone.
dreams come
He's
true.
He's going to be on the phone.
He's gonna be doing the weather.
Yeah. No, seriously. Who knows? All right.
And then we see Carol telling Richard that her son, she always does what she needs to do to make sure they'll be okay, and telling him that they'll be okay.
Yes.
Which makes me think like maybe Carol is manipulative with some other goal, and it's not actually about
All
killing her
this stuff.
husband.
Yes.
Maybe there's something else going on. Maybe with her ex-husband, Richard's father.
There
don't
you
know.
go, baby. That's the one I'm
All
thinking.
right.
He ain't been seen yet. He's gonna be seen.
Oh, I like it.
This dude has produced a unbelievably creepy kid,
Yes.
and then
don't
she's
think I'm that
diabolical, so he's got to be something else. What's his name?
Richard.
Richard. Oh, Dick.
Bastard.
So
Dick
Maggie,
will be
should
something
we
else.
go around for our new theories?
Yeah, that was what my last two questions were. Do you have any like big questions that you're hoping to see answered in the next episode, and what's your theory now?
Where's Dick? Where's Richard?
Well, Richard
bo-
is the son.
No.
Big Dick?
What Big Dick? Yeah. I want to know where Big Dick. What's
right.
up with Big Dick?
Dad, Richard's dad.
Big Dick
Yeah, you
is-
said that earlier. I like that. I've changed mine. I'm going with Emmy.
Okay.
Oh, so we flip flop.
Yeah, I flip flopped a little bit. I'm going with Emmy.
I'm off Emmy and I'm on Big
Yeah.
Dick.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maggie?
I don't think it's Carol anymore.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's much less likely it's Carol, but I don't have a clear idea of who it is.
You have to
I
be
don't
on
know.
record.
Yeah. Come back to me.
Producer John.
Like Maggie brought up, they brought in Peter Skarsgård for something, so,
I was just gonna say that.
and he's Modern Love. Her name is Love Smyrnich. I think Modern Love is Richard's father.
Oh.
And
Ooh.
and she-
Man.
Look at producer John just throwing in a logical bag.
And Carol,
Come on.
Carol got him in there, got him involved somehow to further this thing. I'm not sure how, but
I like that. Maggie?
I think it's possible that it's someone that we just like haven't even met yet.
Okay, now I was going to ask that question. Is there a possibility that we have not met the killer yet?
And heard about something.
And I
don't
think
know.
that's
don't
where
think
you're
so.
going because we haven't met the dad, Tommy.
It could be him.
But I also we were talking.
I think it is him.
I think before we started filming that it kind of seems like, because why isn't Clark just being so forthcoming about everything? Which
Right.
kind of makes me think that like maybe he has a suspicion of who it is and he's protecting that
Or
person.
flat nose.
Protecting him.
Yeah, or flat nose it. Yeah, maybe. But
Unbelievable.
And again, I know it's cinematic stuff, so you got to keep suspense. If I'm Clark and I didn't do it, I'm screaming. I don't even let Homer get questions out and go, "What do you guys got me in here for?"
Yeah.
I mean, this.
Let
is
me
crazy,
out.
man. Let me
Yeah.
out. I'm done.
Floyd's his friend.
Here's
that he
what
misses so
I
much.
always.
But he's not really that close of a friend. They just.
Well, but they got closer afterwards.
Yeah, but really, why?
Why? As a manipulative thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think that there's some care there.
You think so?
I don't know.
I don't
But
think there gives
but
a
think-
rat's ass about
What's
it.
that? What's that?
Well, fair enough. But I still think, yeah, like if you're on the line for premeditated murder now,
in Missouri.
death penalty in Missouri,
See,
I would be like, let me tell you, fucking
Let me tell you a few things. Sit down, Homer.
strap in.
Are we about to wrap this up? Because I'm going to tell if I was Clark who I'd hire.
Okay.
Scott Rosenblum.
Jerry Layshak. We had an earlier show that there was a guy, we did a show, it was a true show about a guy in Texas that was locked up for a murder. And our buddy Jerry Layshak got involved. And this guy was dead to rights. They caught him cherry. When you're listening to the facts they got him under, you're like, this guy's guilty as mud.
Yeah.
Palomar.
Ends up,
Kind of like Clark.
yes,
Yeah.
It ends up that Jerry finds out some stuff and then gets him off.
Gets him off the hook.
They drop the case and everything.
Wow.
So if I'm Clark, I'm calling Jerry Layshak.
Colonel Layshak.
I think that's a perfect way to
So
do this thing.
as we wrap up, please like, subscribe, and share. We really enjoy doing this.
This is fun.
It's fun. Tune in next week for episode 3 of the show, and then the following day for our wrap up. And we really enjoyed doing it. And thanks, Alex. We'll see you. Contact us, Alex.
Yeah.
Let's come to St. Louis and booze.
Yeah,
Come
let's
tell
go.
us about the poetry. Explain
Yeah.
to
And
us
then
what
I
we
also
missed
want to give a
in
shout
our
out to
nitpicking.
Lauren Traeger and Channel 4. They're also doing this. Tune into their
Podcast.
their podcast.
DTF.
It's DTF St. Louis. It's on their Channel 4 YouTube page, and it's on their 4 Alert, News 4 Alert or something like that.
Yeah.
But they're doing one, and that's fun too. They get a lot more access to those to the bigger people.
Yeah.
We don't have no producers. We don't know anybody's emails or
No.
try to find emails.
No. Hey, we are who we
Give
are.
us your email.
Yeah. Enjoy the show. Peace.
Out.
How long, Bono? That was another 40.